Oh yeah, nice bull. Nice bull here. He almost got me right there. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a reel review, and it's a real one. This is one of my favorite inshore reels. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the Daiwa Certate 2500. This is a reel that I've fished with now for maybe 2.5 years, roughly, give or take. I rarely go fish the bay without this reel. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this reel and the rod I currently have it on, and then we're gonna fly out to the bay where I catch a nice bull on it and kind of show you how it performs real time. So we're not just gonna be chilling in my office for this whole video. We're gonna be on the water. We're gonna hear it sing a little bit. Nice bull redfish on this particular day. So how I have mine set up right now, I've got Nomad Design 15-pound braid. This reel is marketed to use either 8 or 10 pound. If you look on Daiwa's website, it's gonna say 200 yards of 8 pound and 170 of 10 pound. So I probably have roughly 145 yards-ish of 15-pound braid on here. And let me tell you why I went with 15-pound braid on this particular reel. Because for a 2500, it's a beast drag-wise. This reel is capable of 22 pounds of drag, and that's a lot. Typically, when you're talking about a 2500 series reel, you're gonna get 9 pounds, 15 pounds of drag. The industry standard you'll see is around 14 or 15 pounds of drag on a 2500 spinning reel. 15 and 10 pound braid aren't that much different. You'll be able to put a little bit more on the spool with 10 pound. The 10 pound you can cast a little bit further with. It's a lighter, lower diameter line. So the 15 pound allows me to use more of that 22 pounds of drag without worrying about breaking my braid. So I run 15 pound on mine. It's got plenty of capacity. I've never been close to getting spooled on anything in the bay, and I don't foresee that happening in the future. Another nice thing about this reel is it uses ceramic ball bearings. Those are a little bit better for corrosion resistance. It also has Daiwa's monocoque technology, which means it uses a bigger main gear back here, so you have more torque in your crank. That's nice to have. You can notice it too. When you're reeling a heavy fish to the kayak, that means you have to put less effort into cranking it with a bigger, stronger gear right here. It also uses their this really interesting mag sealed technology where it's actually not sealed by O-rings or anything, but it's a certain type of oil that seals the gaps in certain parts of the reel. So it's mag sealed. It's a magnetic oil of sorts. Up to this point, I've had 0 issues with this reel. I've fished it a ton. I've caught a lot of fish on it. The drag feels like it did day one. The washers or anything like that aren't wearing out on it. It's still smooth as can be. It doesn't make any funny noises. The drag and everything still feels the same on it. All the surfaces are just like they were. Again, I take really good care of my reels. I make sure to rinse them with fresh water, wipe them down with a microfiber when I'm done. But all of the surfaces, they don't have any hard watermarks. But I also don't let salt water just sit on it. At the end of a day fishing, you may get a little mist. Even if you didn't dunk the reel, you're gonna have just some overspray from casting repeatedly, or maybe a fish, splashes the kayak or the boat and you get, some water on your reel. So I would highly recommend when you're fishing salt water, no matter what kind of reel you have, rinse it down with some fresh water, wipe it off, thank me later. Your reel will thank you too, and it'll keep its finish and it will perform like it did day one. Everything's still real smooth on this reel, and it looks like it did the day I got it. It's $449 is where you can buy it from most online tackle shops or in your local tackle shop. I think that's a great price point. You're gonna pay a little bit more of a premium price at $449, but in my opinion, well worth it. If you take care of it, you'll have this reel for 10 years or more. I haven't had to take this thing apart and re-lube it or anything like that. It still genuinely feels like the day I bought it, and I fished hard with it. So that's kind of a breakdown of the specs on the reel, what I've noticed fishing with it. Again, the bail feels great, reeling it super smooth. Everything's performing like it did the day I bought it. Can't say enough good things about it. The feel, the drag sound, the aesthetics. It's a great looking reel. So let's go ahead and teleport out to my kayak where I catch a big bull redfish on this thing, and you guys can see how it performs. So right here I'm pulling up on the spot where I'm about to hook this massive bull, and just so happens I bump into my buddy George out here. So that's George over there on the right. Right before I hooked this fish, I got a huge bump on the cast before, and George also had a big red come up and swirl on the lure he was throwing out there. So the tension was high and I could feel that the fish were there. We had both just had interactions with them, and then this giant just inhales the 7-inch. Oh, smashed! Come back. Here they come, George. Smash! Man, he almost yanked the rod out of my hand. That was violent. That was violent. It felt like an AJ hitting the jig. I like that we're seeing them. It's a nice change of pace. There we go, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo. First fish of the day right there. All right, so we're into them now. Came around this point and I got thumped about 3 casts ago, and I had a feeling any moment it was about to happen. It's a good fish. Oh yeah, nice bull. Nice bull here. He almost got me right there. So something I'm mindful of when I get a fish on is I try not to let it pull me right into where I just hooked the fish. George and I are drifting this way, and I guarantee you there's other redfish on the other side of where I hooked this guy. So what I want to do, I'm mindful of where I'm putting my kayak while trying to ultimately catch the fish. That's most important. Nice bull here though. Great fish to start out. Really nice fish. He's probably 34, 35. Yeah. You don't want to horse these really big ones right up to you, because they'll start running around underneath your kayak. So I'm trying to keep this guy about 15 feet from me till he's ready to land. See, he's trying to get behind me. That's a really nice fish. Oh yeah, big bull. Really, really nice fish. Got him hooked right in the corner. Got him. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. First fish of the day right here. Nice bull. On the Z-Man jerk shed. That's Atomic Sunrise. Really good color for dirty water. Real bright. Some gold in there. Redfish love gold. Look at that guy. Nice first customer. Beautiful fish. Let's get him on the bump board, see what he measures out to. Oh. Tip of the tail's 33, about 31.5 to the fork, 32 to the fork. Let's see here. Yeah, 31.5 to the fork, 33 with a pinch tail. Real solid bull. Appreciate the fight, bud. There he goes, like a champ.